Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So I wanted to make a dedicated video for these multi-hit mods and this whole setup of adding multi-hit damage to your guns. I had briefly talked about this in the Ancient Knight build guide. Now with this one, what they have done is they have given you mods that can create a multi-hit, meaning a second hit on the enemy. So you shoot as normal, but your your bullet will do 2 damages. You'll see 2 damage numbers and the multi-hit number will look like the normal number, but it will have a bullet symbol next to it. So let me just show you these guys here. There you saw the number there. Now the damage number is based on your base stat of the gun, the multi-hit damage, and whatever mods you add. So with this update, all the guns will have a base multi-hit damage. They won't have a multi-hit chance. I put a mod there. If we remove this, you only have multi-hit damage. This will not activate unless you have a multi-hit chance mod that creates a chance to do the multi-hit. Okay, so that is like the first thing. You need to have a chance mod even if your gun has base multi-hit damage. All of them have multi-hit damage. Different numbers, by the way. Now, so you add the multi-hit, you get a multi-hit chance. Straightforward, easy enough. You have a normal number, and in this case for the Nazis's devotion, it has a 0.1x, meaning 10%. So whatever the damage coming out of the gun is, you'll do 10% of that as multi-hit damage. Okay, you can see it straight away. Now, you may be thinking, what if we add element mods? How does that work? So let's add an element mod. Let's put electric. These guys are weak to electric. All right. So with the electric mods, you all know that it takes 30% of the firearm damage, which would be 43 here. Okay. And it'll take 30% of that, and that will be applied as the element damage. Now with multi-hit, what will happen is the element mod will also have a multi-damage, meaning it'll take whatever 30% we get here, 10% of that. Okay, so I'll just shoot a couple of times. I'll take a screenshot. I'll go into a photo app or something and then zoom in and show you the numbers, because when you start seeing too many numbers, it starts overlapping all over the place. Okay, I'll just show you that in the app next. Okay, so I've zoomed in a little bit, taken a screenshot. So this is what we are seeing here. You have element here, you have element here. This is the multi-hit element, and you have two numbers here. The number behind the two overlapping numbers, the behind number is 47468. That is the main damage number coming out of the gun, depending on the various resistance. For example, these guys are weak to burst damage. Nazis's devotion does burst damage. That's why you're seeing the number in green and not the normal white number. And then on top of that, you're seeing the multi-hit number, which is 4746. So exactly 10% of that. And now this is 12945 is the 30% of 47468, roughly, depending on again resistances. And then this multi-hit is 10% of that. So base number, 10% of that is multi-hit. Element number, 10% of that is the multi-hit element number as well. Okay, hopefully that part made sense, because I was thinking in my head lying here in bed yesterday whether the element will be scaling from the multi-hit or from the main number, and will it take 10%, will it be another 30%? So hopefully this clears up that confusion. So now you can see there is a lot of opportunity with the multi-hit stuff. Like we went from 1 shot to 4 shots of damage with element and multi-hit. Of course, some guns have high crit like Nazis's Devotion, so they may not be able to take full advantage because you can't increase the multi-hit damage without reducing the critical hit damage. So the best mod, multi-piercing sight, this increases your multi-hit damage by 65%, but reduces the critical hit damage by 60%. So it's not worth it on the Nazistra. And there's this simple mod here which adds a little bit of both. You'll only get a 20% increase. That won't help too much. 20% of 10% is not going to be a lot. So if we see here, this goes to 12. So it's 20% of 10, meaning 2. That's why it's 0.02. So you need a high multi-hit damage number on the gun to take advantage of this. Now, the interesting thing is this multi-hit damage number, the base default one on the gun, is not the same on all guns. And you can guess where I'm going with this. You'll be seeing some surprising guns with a lot of crit damage. So check out the Python over here. 0.44x, 44% multi-hit damage base, pretty good. And then check out Divine Punishment, 0.9x, 90% multi-hit. Okay, I've already sort of made a build for this. I'll share it in the coming days, but that's why I wanted to make this video as a separate video, because instead of spending 10 minutes explaining multi-hit in every build video, I thought I'll have this one here so that people can refer and understand some of the basics. And the biggest surprise, Fallen Hope has a full 1x, full 100%, a second number which will be the same as the main number. And so you'll have the element number, which again, this is going to be brilliant. So yeah, I can't wait to fully build Fallen Hope and see finally if this gun is worth it. Like, since the launch of the game, we have been trying to make this gun viable, and maybe finally we have that opportunity. Another surprising candidate is, of course, the Albion Cavalry gun, 45%. So that's why you may be seeing clips of people using Serena and taking the Albion Cavalry in the Void Erosion Purge. I haven't tested that myself. There was some bug, game couldn't log in today earlier in the evening, so I didn't play much today. But yeah, I have multiple guns. And then, of course, you also have this new crazy gun, the Malevolent. And the Malevolent, I was initially testing this on the Malevolent, and there's just so many numbers on screen, I was just going crazy. We have 33 over here, and we also have the bladed cogs that come out of the gun. So everything is hitting everything, and there are just numbers flying around. So I wanted a simple gun. That's why I showed you the multi-hit setup on the Nazista's Devotion, just a clean gun that shows you the damage. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.